because, you know.
They always say the best for last.
It's funny how God works, because I have this long piece of paper and I have a whole lot of things on it, and from the beginning of the service till now, it's only like 2 things up here that I can use, because God has been using each one of the speakers that came before me to speak directly into my life. And I thank God for that. I also thank God because when my aunt Barbara came to me and she said that she wanted me to speak, and she told me to pick a topic, I had trouble picking one, and I said, you know, just give me whatever's left after the other speakers choose theirs. And when she gave me mine, it was courage. And all right, how many of you that's in school know that open school night just passed? Okay, now me in school, I am a completely different person. I let people know that I'm saved, that I'm sanctified, and I go to church, and I let people know that, you know, I serve God, and I let people know that I go to church. But as the Bible says, you're supposed to let your light so shine before men. But for me in school, it's hard because I try to be. I'm not trying to be cool or down or anything, but I'm trying to make sure, as my sister said, that people like me. So I try to be funny, try to be class clown, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But then it winds up affecting me because my grades don't come out as my grades should come out. And my mother sat me in the car, and I didn't tell her when she came back to the car that I was actually thinking. But what she was saying was, you know, you're smart, you know, you're above all that. And I started thinking, like, if I'm telling them, Kurt Franklin on his album, one of his songs, I think it's named Jesus, it says, if I say I love Jesus, but they can't see my Jesus. And when I was listening to that before, and it told me that if I'm telling people that I love Jesus, and when I go to school I act a fool and act like I have no common sense, how can they see Jesus living through me? So by me acting a fool, that's covering all the Jesus that I'm talking. I was witnessing to my friend the other day because he was going through some things. I was witnessing to him, and then I turned right around and I made jokes, and he was like, but how can you act like that and you go to church? And sometimes God doesn't always use people that go to church to slap you in your face. He uses the lowest sinner in the world to give you a big slap in your face and tell you to wake up. So and when he said that, it just like it hit me, and I was like, I cannot act like this and say I'm living for the Lord. That's right. That's right. But
No, you were right. You know what I said? You talking.
So my topic was you need courage.
That's right.
As everyone in speakers there, I looked up courage, and it says that courage allows a person to face difficulty, danger, pain, or whatever else it may be without fear. And to contradict that, I looked at what a coward is. A coward is a person who lacks courage in facing danger, easily intimidated or very fearful. So, but in my mind, I'm thinking about all the scriptures in the Bible, and I said, if courage is really their problem, then they must not read the Bible or understand it, because, and I have a scripture right here, Joshua 23:10 says, one man of you shall chase 1,000. Go ahead. The Lord your God, it is that fighteth for you, as he have promised you. So, and me, I'm like, if God just told you that he got your back, and you don't have to worry about anything. It may be guns or whatever, you know, it may be people talking about you behind your back, but if God is behind you, what does that mean? What does your best friend telling you that, you know, I want to be your friend no more, and you just leave me? What does that matter to you? Because when God has your back, it doesn't matter what all other people say. Now, when you have courage, right, you have to be able to let people know that, you know, you're standing for God, and you have to let them know that you're not scared of what they may say. Your friend may drop you like that. They just may drop you because I have this one person in my school, he's an atheist. And we've been friends since the beginning of the school semester. But he said one time, and he just shocked me, he just said, you know, people always look at me bad because, you know, I'm an atheist. And it hit me, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to say? So then finally I said, well, and he said, and they always trying to preach to me and tell me I'm wrong. And I said, I just don't like those kind of people. And I said, well, you kind of got the wrong friend, because now that you told me, even though I'm supposed to preach to you anyway, but now that you told me, I have to give it to you even more. So I let him know that what he was doing was not right. And I let him know that how can you not believe God? And I told him what he did. I gave him a testimony about my grandmother and my grandfather. Even though they passed away now, I let him know that what God had brought them through and how they gave their lives to the Lord just in the nick of time. And I said that you being an atheist, you may not get that just in the nick of time. You may die tomorrow. And you dying an atheist, and what are you going to do? You're going to be in hell. So I had to let him know. And what I'm connected to this is that it takes courage to do those things. Because you know the devil, alright, youth, I'm just talking. But youth, the devil is not stupid. The devil is like, have you ever seen a movie where it's like a swim movie and the people go out and they start bleeding and the shark smells the blood and the shark comes out and they start to attack them? The devil is just like that. The devil will sense your cowardice. The devil is not stupid. The devil is not stupid. So when the devil sees that you're crumbling and you're backing behind the wall and your back is to the wall and you're punching up in the fetal position and it looks like you have no way out, the devil what was it? I was at a church in Queens and I said one thing. I said you have to be like an iceberg. I said because an iceberg, most of it is underwater, and it's just a little piece of it that's on the top of the water. Yeah. So the devil, he has this boat, he has this little Titanic. It's Titanic, it's supposed to be unsinkable. It has lust, anger, and what was it? It had discouragement. It had all that on his boat, and he's coming full speed at the top of the iceberg. But you have to be able to stand there, and when the devil hits you, and he's going to hit you hard. The devil is not going to hit you soft. The devil is going to knock you back. The devil is going to knock you and try to knock the breath out of you. But you have to be able to stand strong and when the devil's boat is sinking, the devil has to be able to look at you and say, why isn't he falling? And you have to be able to tell the devil that I'm not falling because God has my back. Amen. God is behind me. I have faith in myself. God has told me that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I have to know that with God for me, nobody can be against me. So I have to know that I have to have the courage enough to tell the devil, tell my friends, tell my enemies, tell everybody. I have to have the courage enough to tell them that I live for Jesus and Jesus lives inside of me. And that I take him wherever I go and I'm going to let my light shine so that you can see and you can take the knowledge that I'm giving out to you and you can see how my lifestyle is and you can take that and apply that to your own life so that you may get saved and go to heaven with me. Because I'm going to have courage to tell you that enough to try to get you to go to heaven, but I'm not going to sit there and pat your back and try to make myself go to hell. I'm going to make sure I go to heaven first. But I'm just trying to get you to help you out.
You gotta tell him, brother.
So I just come to let you know tonight that no matter what your situation is, what you're going through, I just want to let you know that you just need to have courage enough to let your light so shine so that the world may see it and that you may be saved, sanctified, and walk in the holiness that God has given unto you. Thank you.